A single wolf steps out of the tree line, and 10 dogs are already screaming at it from across the yard. 10 against 1. You've already decided how this ends. The wolf is dead. Torn apart, no contest. That's the obvious math. And the obvious math is wrong, because the wolf standing at the edge of that light has already counted the dogs too, and it isn't running. It's waiting, and the reason it isn't afraid of 10 dogs is something those 10 dogs don't yet understand about themselves. So let's actually walk into this, because it's a far stranger question than the numbers make it look. Start with what a wolf actually is, since almost everyone gets this part wrong. When people picture a wolf, they picture a big dog. It is not a big dog. A large gray wolf runs 100 pounds, sometimes more in the north, and every ounce of it has been shaped by a life where failing to kill means starving to death. Its skull is heavier than any dog's of the same size. Its canines are longer, closer to 2 inches, and its jaw is built to crack the femur of a moose to get at the marrow. It has killed, over and over, real prey that fought back, and it carries scars from the times that prey nearly won. This is not an animal that guards. This is an animal that ends things for a living. Now look at the 10 dogs, and here's where the trouble starts, because it matters enormously which 10 dogs we're talking about. If those 10 dogs are your typical guard dogs, German Shepherds, Dobermans, Rottweilers, protection breeds built to intimidate and to bite a human who's already afraid of them, then something uncomfortable is true. Most of them have never killed anything. They were bred to grip a padded sleeve, to hold a fleeing man, to bark a burglar off a property. They have the equipment for violence, and none of the experience of it. And a wolf can read that. It reads posture. It reads hesitation. It reads the half-second of doubt in an animal that's making noise but hasn't committed. 10 loud dogs that don't quite mean it is not a pack. It's a crowd. And a crowd breaks. Here's how it actually goes wrong for the dogs, and this is the part the numbers hide from you. But 10 dogs cannot all reach the wolf at once. Physically, only 2 or 3 can engage its front at any given moment. And those are the ones in mortal danger, because the wolf doesn't fight the way dogs fight. Dogs posture. They lunge, they grip and shake and try to dominate. The wolf skips all of that. It goes straight for the kill. A fast, deep bite to the throat, or the belly, or the tendon at the back of the leg. And then it's already moving to the next one before the first has hit the ground. Watch how a wolf takes down prey 10 times its weight, and you'll see the pattern. It doesn't wrestle, it rushes in, delivers one economical disabling wound, and retreats out of range before the target can answer, then comes back a second later to do it again. Against dogs that expect a shoving match, that hit-and-slip rhythm is devastating. In the opening 30 seconds, a committed wolf can put 2, even 3 dogs down with wounds they won't get up from, and every dog that goes down screaming does something to the other 7. It tells them, this is real, this is not the mailman, this thing kills, and it's killing us. That's the moment the whole fight is decided, and it has nothing to do with teeth, it's nerve. If those 7 remaining dogs hold, if they keep pressing in from all sides despite watching their own die, the wolf is finished, because no single animal on earth can defend against 7 attackers coming from 7 directions at once. It will kill more of them, but they will pull it down by the legs, the flanks, the throat, and mass and numbers will do what mass and numbers always eventually do. But if even 3 of those 7 feel that primal thing, the flinch, the instinct that says, this is not worth dying for, and they break off, then the pack collapses. And a collapsing pack in front of a wolf is just a line of individual dogs waiting their turn. So the honest answer to who wins depends entirely on the single thing nobody puts on the thumbnail. Not size, not bite force. Whether the dogs will keep dying and keep coming anyway. Which is exactly why the answer flips completely if we change the breed. Because there is a kind of dog bred for this precise nightmare, and it changes everything. In the mountains of Turkey and the Caucasus and Central Asia, Shepherds spent thousands of years facing wolves for real, and they built dogs specifically to answer them. The kangal, the Caucasian shepherd, the Central Asian shepherd, the alibi. These are not 100-pound dogs. They're 140, 170, wrapped in coats so thick a wolf's bite struggles to reach anything vital, carrying the one thing the protection breeds lack. They have done this before. They were selected over centuries for the dogs that did not break when the wolf killed one of them. Put 10 of those between the wolf and the flock, and the wolf's whole calculation changes. Now the 2 or 3 dogs it reaches first don't die easily. They absorb the bite in all that coat and muscle and drive back into it, buying the half-second for the others to close. Now the numbers actually get to matter, because the dogs stay in the fight long enough to bring their numbers to bear. 10 committed livestock guardians surround the wolf, and surrounded is the one situation a wolf cannot survive. It will hurt several of them badly. It may kill 1 or 2, but it dies in that yard, and the shepherds who bred those dogs knew it would. So here's my actual verdict, and I'm not going to hedge it into mush. 10 real guardian dogs, the mountain breeds built for wolves, kill a single wolf. The numbers are simply too much once the dogs refuse to break, and those specific dogs won't break. The wolf wins the individual exchanges and loses the war. But 10 ordinary protection dogs, the shepherds and Dobermans people actually own, is a genuine coin flip that tips toward the wolf more often than anyone wants to admit, because the wolf's killing experience and its ability to shatter their nerve can turn 10 dogs into 3 dogs and a stampede before the numbers ever get a chance to work. But now let me tell you the part that makes this whole scenario almost fiction, and it's the most important thing in the video. This fight, the one we just walked through, would in the real world almost never happen, because a wolf is not brave. A wolf is smart, and those are opposite things. A wild wolf that has survived to adulthood has done it by avoiding exactly this, by never once picking a fight it wasn't sure of winning. The only wolf that walks into 10 dogs is a starving one, a sick one, a rabid one, or a mother whose pups leave her no choice. Which means the only version of this fight that ever really occurs is a wolf that's already half beaten by something else. The reason shepherds keep big dogs in numbers was never to win the fight. It was to make sure the fight never starts. 10 dogs aren't a weapon. They're a message the wolf can read from the tree line. A message that says the cost here is too high. Go find an easier meal. Almost every night the wolf reads it and melts back into the dark, and nobody ever knows how close it came. So who actually wins? 1 wolf against 10. On the rare, ugly night it truly happens. The right 10 dogs win with blood all over the snow, but the wolf wins something quieter and far more often. It wins by being the animal wise enough to know when 10 is too many and to vanish before anyone has to find out for sure.